Welcome back, everyone, to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. We begin our men's portion of today's basketball doubleheader as the home team Bellevue University men take on the visiting Dakota State University Trojans. Coming into tonight's action, the Bellevue team at 12-11 on the season, 4-6 in the North Star Athletic Association. The visiting Trojans are 10-12 overall and 3-7 in conference play. So as we make the head home for the final 5 games of the regular season, both these teams are fighting to try to get in that upper half and earn a home team advantage as the conference tournament begins later this month. Mick Krupski and Jimmy Allen with you for the broadcast tonight once again. The women of Bellevue lost to Dakota State 72-60 in our opening matchup tonight. The Dakota State women on top of the conference with now a 10-1 record. The Bruins dropped to 4-7 in conference for 4th place. Looking down on the floor right now, you see a lot of smiling faces, including Joe Forrell on the left, Coach Ice Benson, Jerry Mosser on the floor, who's named after, and I know I met the guy on the right, and I can't think of his name.
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, so
really cool. I've seen a couple of the old Bellevue College Letterman's jackets tonight, so great to see those things still out in rotation.
The BC instead of the BU. Yeah. So the final time this court will be used, honoring former athletic director, former basketball coach. He was baseball coach for a little while as well, Jerry Mosser.
Some call him Mr. Bellevue University.
That's right. The original member of the Bellevue University Sports Hall of Fame. He and his wife, Gloria, back here tonight for the final game on this floor before next week we open up the new facility up on the hill, the new Bellevue University Fieldhouse. Next Friday and Saturday, Bellevue will host Valley City State on Friday, Mayville State on Saturday for the first 2 games on the new facility. Admission is free, so if you're a Bellevue alum or anything connected to Bellevue University, come on out for the action. Women's game next Friday at 5:30, men's game at 7:30, and then 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock starting times on Saturday. The new BU University Fieldhouse, free admission as they want to show off the new showcase facility.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? I mean, that thing is absolutely breathtaking. If you haven't had a chance to get inside of it next Friday and Saturday, great opportunity to get out, support Bellevue Athletics, and get a fresh look at the new home for a lot of programs on Bellevue's campus.
The Bellevue team coming off a 3-game losing streak, trying to break that skid. The Trojans on a 2-game winning streak. The Bruins lost last weekend to Valley City State and Mayville State. For the Trojans, they beat both of those squads. Willie Williams was a big scorer for the Bruins last weekend. He scored 24 points the first night, then 17 more on the second. Braden Penkinen, the big scorer, he earned Conference Player of the Week honors, the sophomore guard for Dakota State. So we'll see if those 2 guys continue to have the hot hand or if some of their teammates jump in to help carry the load.
You brought up Willie Williams, and we got a chance to catch up with Lucas Gabriel on my radio show on Tuesday. Very upbeat and very optimistic despite the 3-game skid. He referred to Willie Williams, which isn't a tongue twister at all, as the ace up his sleeve for the rest of the season. He said he feels like they've got something special that really hasn't been put on a whole lot of videotape for the opposition throughout the North Star Athletic Association for this late stretch run. We'll see how much of a factor he is tonight.
Williams has only played in 15 of the Bruins' 23 games to this point, and he comes in averaging 9.8 points per game in those 15 games. TJ Fritz, the leading scorer throughout the season at 12.6. He missed some time because of an injury. Nigel Wilson, 9.6. R.J. Smith, 9.2. So the Bruins have some guys who can put the ball in the hoop.
And R.J. Smith, you mentioned him. He's back tonight. He practiced throughout the week. He's going to be readily available tonight as well. He's dealing with injuries. Played in the last 2 games sparingly. He's going to be full go tonight.
For the visiting Trojans, they have some guys that are double-digit scorers as well. Lane Teets leads the squad, averaging 11.3. Colby Dillenbeck, 11.1. And Conference Player of the Week, Braden Penkinen, with 10.3. Bellevue has won each of the 2 previous matchups this year, winning by almost 20 points on the road in Madison, and then winning by 5 here at home at the Lozier Center.
But it feels like both these teams are in completely different spots in those 2 games earlier in the season, right? So it'll be interesting to see if Bellevue's able to beat a team for the 3rd time in the season. We know how difficult that is. in any sport. Doesn't matter if it's basketball or what, but how does Bellevue respond to the adversity it's facing at this point in the season? Adverse, how does Dakota State kind of take the momentum they have to go forward?
Only one game on this weekend schedule, just Friday tonight and a day off tomorrow, so all the focus is on this one between the Bruins and the Trojans. Let's turn it over to PA announcer Ray Quinn for the starting lineups in tonight's contest.
10 and 12, and they are 3-7 in NSAA play. Starting at guard, a 5'11" freshman from Groton, South Dakota, number 1, Lane Teets. At guard, a 5'9" sophomore from Del Rapids, South Dakota, number 2, Braden Kankonen. At guard, a 6'5" freshman from Lakeville, Minnesota, number 4, Tyler Beckwith. At guard, a 6'5" senior from Adelaide, Australia, G'day, Tane Mitchell, number 10. And the big man in the middle, 6'9" sophomore from Madison, South Dakota, number 15, Aiden Jensen. The Trojans are coached by Kieran Ty in his second season, assisted by Bill Fletchman, Damian Luna, Jacob Sand, and Greg Taylor. Now the starting lineup for your Bellevue University Bruins. Bellevue enters tonight's game with an overall record of 12-11. They are 4-6 in NSAA play. At guard, starting 6'2" junior from San Francisco, California, number 3, Willie Williams. At guard, a 6-foot senior from Fremont, California, number 4, Caleb Shea. In the middle, 6'9" senior from Tucson, Arizona, number 5, Nigel Wilson. At guard, a 6'4" senior from Gary, Indiana, number 14, Raphael Allen. And 6'8" junior from El Dorado Hills, California, the big man, number 55, R.J. Smith. The Bruins are coached by head coach Lucas Gabriel in his 6th season, assisted by Nate Geiser, Aaron Davis, and Vinny Belcaster. It's time to play ball.
All right, thanks once again, Ray, for the introduction of starting lineups. The Bruins in their bright yellow uniforms tonight. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I was just
uniform
about to ask
for the
you
Bruins,
this.
too. Don't adjust your color. The visiting Trojans in the black uniform. Trojans control the opening tip.
Interesting lineup here for Bellevue. Two bigs out there with Nigel Wilson, R.J. Smith, both into the game. And Caleb Chang in for Christian Carter to start this one.
A little bit different look for the Bruins on this opening 5 players. Expect a lot of substitutions from head coach Lucas Gabriel. Dakota State moving the ball around the perimeter. Braden Pankinen, the conference player of the week, with the first shot off the side of the backboard. Good defense by Willie Williams to come up and thwart his initial attempt. Has his pocket picked from behind by Pankinen, so that's a take that right back in his face.
Yeah, Williams, when Caleb Chang was alone on the side, he didn't notice that the guy that was supposed to be guarding him was picking his pocket.
Caleb Chang almost got the steal on that one, deflected it into a Trojan's hand. Again, perimeter ball movement, penetration this time by Tane Mitchell. R.J. Smith denied him. Oh, R.J. with a big forearm across the face to Tane. That'll be the first foul. The accidental obviously didn't mean it, but man, that'll shake up your contact lenses.
He might have felt that.
Like a linebacker attacking a running back coming through the middle. First foul of the night. Dakota State gets the first shot, no good. Nigel Wilson on the defense there. Knocks it away from Tane Mitchell. 1 minute gone by, we're still looking for our opening points. Here's RJ at the high post.
Trying to get some movement, just not a whole lot of bodies moving right now in yellow.
Caleb Chang now with the basketball. He'll penetrate, kick out to Nigel, back to Caleb. Now to RJ, shot clock down to 10. RJ using his size to work inside. Little baby hook gets up and in. RJ Smith with the first basket of the night for the Bellevue Bruins.
You can tell he didn't love that shot, but being 6'8" and that big of a frame allows you to kind of put a couple up and get a little closer than normal people would.
He can muscle his way in against just about anybody in this conference. With the basketball, the drive is Tyler Beckwith. Now he'll give it off to this near side. The drive by Lane Teets. His shot, no good. RJ on defense for the Bruins.
And you see the speed of Dakota State right now. When you look at Bacon and flying all over the court, he should probably have 3 steals already in this first half.
Bruins trying to extend their 2-point lead. RJ to Nigel. Nigel working down the right side of the block. Denied a look inside on defense by Aiden Jensen. Has it stolen away on the bounce pass attempt inside. 2-on-1 break. The shot up and in. on the drive by Tyler Beckwith.
Yeah, great job by Beckwith, just finishing it at the rim there. Raphael Allen contested that shot the whole way up. Both teams with one basket apiece through the first few minutes here.
Caleb will launch for a three-point attempt. It's good. Caleb Chang, a California native, Fremont, California to be exact, knocks that one down.
First three-point attempt of the game for either squad there.
Beckwith tries to work his way, muscle his way down, short on the shot, working against Willie Williams. Williams comes away with the basketball, tries to draw the foul from Beckwith. Instead, Bruins get into their offensive flow. Here's Raphael Allen. Williams and Allen playing catch. Now Smith joins the party. Bounce pass to Willie. Willie, the high scorer for the Bruins in each of the last two games on that road trip to North Dakota. That's going to be a foul on Willie going over the back.
Yeah, he liked something down low that he thought. Yeah, he called for the ball down low on the break, but a ton of pressure there by the Dakota State Trojans, just staying in front of the ball.
3 fresh Dakota State players head into the game. 5 fresh Canary Yellow Bruins as well. Emar Vincent, Liam Thompson, TJ Fritz,
Christian Carter, and JJ Montgomery.
AJ, thank you very much. My brain suddenly went on Friday Night Freeze. So
it's all right.
Too many coming in at one time.
Nick's already playing his Valentine's Day presents, guys. That's what's going on here.
So I'm celebrating my birthday this weekend. So, hey, I'm birthday thoughts in my mind.
Happy 32nd birthday, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Make me feel like an old man. Yeah, I am. Lucas Morgan, one of the newcomers in the lineup. Isaac Sumption as well. That's Sumption with the basketball.
JJ Montgomery all over him. A little bit of switch action here. Trying to create some shot space. Bruins not giving up an inch.
Open lane, however, taken advantage by Isaac Sumption on the drive to the hoop.
English major here on the broadcast tonight.
Wow. 5-4, Bruins up by 1. Here's Emar Vincent looking for a teammate, trying to cut to the hoop. Over here to Christian Carter. Christian works behind Emar. Now the reciprocal bounce pass inside. Emar tries to use his size to work one-on-one. There's a big battle between big men inside. And a whistle blows. A foul's going to be called.
Liam Thompson tried cutting to the basket. And Tyler Beckwith threw a shoulder at him that sent Liam Thompson into next week. This might get a little chippy, folks.
Just a bit. A very physical women's game before this one. We may see the same thing for the men. That last foul called on Isaac Sumption as he tried to reach in for the steal. Instead got the wrist of Emar Vincent. Emar on the entry pass. Again, that one-on-one battle working against Colby Dillenbeck. And another foul's going to be called.
Yeah, I think Emar expected him to stay at his ground. A little surprised when all that force knocked him down.
Colby Dillenbeck draws his first personal foul.
They throw 2 bodies at Emar Vincent now.
Christian Carter, open look for the corner for 3 points. Misses everything, however, on the shot. Christian usually a lot more accurate than that one.
Yeah, and he's still a little bit of a slump in these last few games. Lucas Gabriel said he's got to find his shot.
Ball movement into the hands of Isaac Sumption. Body on the floor inside.
There you get J.J. Montgomery.
Colby Dillenbeck went sprawling because Montgomery gave him a pretty good hip check.
A couple wholesale changes here for the Trojans as well.
Both coaches using the mass substitution technique.
That means Nick gets to talk a lot tonight.
There we go.
Number 3.
Risley Borman with the basketball. He's one of the new subs. Back in lane. Teets has it, working around Emar Vincent. Emar with the block. Bruins trying to break, but have a disadvantage of numbers.
Yeah, TJ Fritz was expecting somebody to follow behind him there. He didn't have any trailer.
Last time these two teams met, Colby Dillenbeck got in some early foul trouble. That hurt the Trojans' call. He has one already tonight in the first 4.5 minutes. Christian missed his first shot, but drive. He'll try to get this one. A foul call on the drive to the basket. That's going to go against Colby Dillenbeck. That's his second. So Trojans will go to the substitution once again. Aiden Jensen back in.
There aren't too many teams in this conference that Bellevue gives up size to. Really impressed by Dakota State's size and just ability to take up the floor with space and just large bodies early in this game.
Aiden Jensen, who we just mentioned, the 6'9" sophomore out of Madison, South Dakota. Emar works his magic around the basket.
Gets a standing ovation from Jerome Bynum over the student section.
Jerome, one of the Graduates from last year in the program. Entry pass to Jensen. Good timing, but too strong off the glass. TJ Fritz flew by.
Jensen's going to have to watch that. He just got away with a trip on a screen a second ago. Set a real physical screen that just kicked his foot out.
TJ Fritz, his first shot of the night. That's off the back of the rim. Dakota State trying to get out and run. Bruin defense back in plenty of time. Lucas Morgan with the basketball. Now to this near side to Calvin Payne. Payne looking for help. Finds it in the corner. Blocked by TJ Fritz. Off the shot from Lane Teets.
Back-to-back heads-up plays by the senior from Manhattan, Kansas. They're on one on offense, one on defense.
Ball movement without the dribble by the Bruins. Now Montgomery inside. And a good defensive play by a couple of Trojans, denying Emar Vincent the good look inside.
Yeah, Emar thought he got hacked.
Driving through the lane, the kick-out pass, a shot by Calvin Payne. That's good. And then a foul after the shot in the battle for the rebound as TJ Fritz goes sprawling. 3 points on that basket, ties at 7-7. But the foul's going to go against.
Is there a little bit of blood? I think.
Making the foul call official. It's going to go against Lucas Morgan. That's his first personal. Third team foul against the Trojans. R.J. Smith, Nigel Wilson back in. Raphael Allen as well for the Bruins. Caleb Chang and Willie Williams, so the starting five back on the floor for the home team. Hey, we'd like to invite you to be part of our broadcast. Bellevue fans, you know this all season long. Dakota State, we invite you as well. 402-515-7654. Set up nicely. The assist from Williams to Nigel Wilson on the flush.
I think Nigel Wilson got above the square on the backboard on that one. Great elevation by Nigel Wilson.
Nigel, 6'9". And
yeah, just as Mitchell drew that up, that is exactly what he meant to do there.
Trying for the pass, instead score a tray. We're tied at 9.
Sorry,
I'm going to say a two-pointer, not a tray, but a two-point basket. Wilson has to go off his foot. Caleb Chang quickly to the basketball to foul on it, and then over the top of him goes Lane Teets, and Teets will pick up the foul.
Yeah, Teets just trying to go for the ball and actually landed on top of Chang.
Officials calling this game more tightly than the officials in the women's game did. It was rough and rugged.
Yeah, the women's game that went to Dakota State, obviously a much more established physical game early, and the whistles got swallowed in the first half of the major portion of that game.
Lucas Morgan checks back in for the Trojans while the three officials talk about something on top of the face of Brutus the Bruin. And they're still talking. And they're still talking.
I think they're trying to get the foul reassessed. I think they may have called the wrong number.
It'll be Bellevue basketball right down below us. Willie Williams will do the honors of putting the ball in play.
Yeah, they're explaining something to the Dakota State's coaching staff right now.
Across the way, Darren Ty shakes his head in agreement with whatever they decided. And we're back to the action. Darren Ty in his second year at the helm of Dakota State. He had been the head coach at Mayville State prior to that. R.J. Smith working inside for the basket. Again, a nice assist to a made basket for the Bruins.
Yeah, 11-9 Bellevue lead here. Got to find a way to get a stop, maybe build off of that.
On the dribble inside, Tyler Beckwith pulls up his dribble. Across the way to Braden Pankinen. Tyler Beckwith, head fake and drive to the hoop. The lane opens up for Lane Teets. He takes advantage, and now we're tied at 11.
Yeah, miscommunication there by Bellevue. That was supposed to be a switch off for Caleb Chang, but they didn't get the call in.
Bellevue has made its last 3 baskets in a row. Let's see if that streak will continue.
They've hammered it down in the paint. This team wants to play inside out.
From the outside, Caleb Chang made his first tray off the mark there, but R.J. Smith with the rebound. Back to R.J., to Caleb in the lane. Not where he normally is going to operate, so he'll get it back out. The Bruins reset on offense.
A little surprised to see him drive there.
Willie Williams, the pull-up shot. That's off the mark as it rattles a couple times. It'll stay Bellevue basketball as it goes off the hand of Lane Teets and out of bounds.
Teets barely touched that one, and he knew it too. He tried to pull it away at the last minute, but the ref saw it, and it goes back to Bellevue.
Caleb, nice pass inside to Nigel Wilson. Nigel, no foul called on that. Missed the attempt on the defensive play by Lucas Morgan. Here's Caleb Chang, his second three-pointer tonight.
Yeah, it gives Chang 6. He's 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. He has both of Bellevue's three-point shots made tonight. They're 2 of 6 from beyond the arc.
Second year in the program for Caleb, the senior out of Fremont, California. Bounce pass inside to Lucas Morgan. Shot a little bit too short. Second chance, Morgan tries to work his way inside. An off-balance shot. No foul called. And the Bruins have the basketball, leading by 3. Just under 12 minutes in this opening half of play.
Yeah, R.J. Smith got away with a little bit of shove in their last defensive possession. The Dakota State coaching staff very upset about that.
Lane Teets deflected it not once but twice ahead to Teets on the break. He'll use that rim as his advantage and make it home.
Nigel Wilson wanted to try to get that block up, but he probably would have cracked his head on the backboard and ended up in the 4th row of the auxiliary bleachers over there had he chose to do so.
Timeout called by the Bellevue Bruins with 11:36 remaining in the first half. The Bruins lead it by 1, 14-13. Let's give a head coach's salute, shall we? For the Bellevue Bruins, Lucas Gabriel now in his 6th year leading the program. His associate head coach Nate Geiser's been here with him as well. And assistant coach Aaron Havis, the 2nd year for Aaron as part of the Bellevue crew.
That means all of those coaches have won a North Star Athletic Association championship.
That's right, conference and regular season. Darren Ty, as we mentioned, in his 2nd year at the helm of Dakota State. His assistant coaches, I think they're all former players. Dalton Kleinschmidt, Damian Luna, Jacob Strand, Greg Kaler. I've heard those names somewhere before. Maybe it's just because of the frequency we place of these teams in the North Star Athletic Association.
The majority of them look like they played recently.
Yeah, 3rd time around. 4 conference matchups. Bruins 2-0 against Dakota State in the earlier matchups this year.
Mass changes here on the court again for Bellevue. That 2nd rotation back into the game.
Christian Carter knocks down the triple.
That's good to see him making those shots. He was 0 for 2. Up to the point, he finally makes one.
His first basket of the night. Bruins lead up by 4. Emar Vincent, good read to steal, and then Christian Carter trailing on the play has it as it goes off the arm of Tyler Peckwith. So I got it, you take it, no wait.
Emar lands up on the floor, just looks over and shrugs his shoulders at the bench. I don't know what happened, guys. Sorry about that.
Here's Braden Penkinen, covered by Emar Vincent. There's a mismatch.
Yeah, Penkinen got away with a travel there. He was just covered up by Emar's body. Officials couldn't see it.
Teets trying to work around Carter. Christian with good defense on the play, going straight up, but Christian out of bounds when he got the basketball in his hands.
He tried getting out of the way, but he was about 3 feet out of bounds. Not much he could do there.
Calvin Payne checks into the lineup. Nolan Segner as well on the floor for Dakota State. No basket on the play, a foul's upcoming. That'll go against Liam Thompson, his first personal.
Bellevue right now on a 5-0 run.
Aiden Jensen back in. Jensen at 6'9", the tallest player on the Dakota State roster. Working in the lane, the head fake. And the basket and free throw upcoming. Good work in the lane by Tane Mitchell for the bucket and the foul. Mitchell averages about 6 rebounds per game.
Great head fake there. You got to get Liam Thompson to bite on it and get off his feet.
Free throw attempt is no good. Emar Vincent with the rebound. Poor Jimmy's over here hacking up the one.
So back to hear me coughing. I apologize.
You're good. Hang in there, bud. If you need to take a break for a minute to get some lozenge in you, that's fine too. Here's Carter looking for help. Emar Vincent makes himself available. Emar draws the one-on-one once again. Now he'll go to work with this size advantage. Hits the shot up. Contact made, no foul, but it's good anyway. Bruins up by 6.
Great move by Emar there to take it off the dribble. You don't see him do that very often. When he does, he's very effective with it.
Halfway through the first half of action. Again, inside to Mitchell. He's working against Thompson. Liam looked like he stood his ground, but the whistle from the outside official, that'll be his second personal.
He took 3 shoulders to the chest. I don't know how much more. He's asking the same question. Like, what else would you like me to do there?
Checking in for the first time tonight is Matt Mathuk. Timeout on the floor as we're under 10 minutes, 9:49 to be exact. Our score, the Bellevue Bruins 21, the Dakota State Trojans 15. Again, we want to remind you, we've got that text message number. If you want to join us tonight, let us know who you are, where you are, anything you'd like to add to the broadcast. The number is 402-515-7654. Couple in the queue already. Let's get to those. Good luck and play hard. That's from Deborah, Nigel's mom. Deborah, good to have you along once again. That senior night is coming up next weekend. We hope to see you up here for that one.
And he's definitely playing hard. We've seen him make some really good effort plays here with that one block on the side and then going up strong into the paint twice tonight.
Liam, one of those guys that doesn't put Nigel, one of those guys that puts up a great effort on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely.
Hey, happy birthday. Thank you to one of the best announcers we've heard. Let's go Bruins.
Oh, it's Mick's birthday, not mine. Sorry.
Oh, there we go. Let's go Bruins from the Allens listening in Georgia. Thanks for that nice word. Say hey to the big guy, RJ. Love from your mama, Sky.
Yeah, Sky, really glad to see him back in the lineup. He's a big piece of this puzzle.
And one more. Keep working hard, Bruins. Weather permitting, next weekend we'll make the trip to Bellevue from Oklahoma. That's the Geisers listening in. The family of
We need you.
Nate
Come be
Geiser.
louder.
All right, I forgot the town in Oklahoma. I remember driving through there on my way back from San Antonio last year. So, Tonkawa, is that right?
Sounds right to me. Sure, I believe you.
All right, Mitchell with the free throw to make it a 21-16 score. Glad you guys are with us once again. 402-515-7654. Mitchell on the money once again.
Both very, very solid free throw shots. 9:48 to play. Bellevue with a 4-point lead.
Matt Mathuck with the basketball, just checked in the last stoppage of play.
Yeah, Emar Vincent looking for some explanation from the sideline about something. He's confused about the set.
10 seconds left on the shot clock. Carter and Vincent playing a little catch. Carter into the lane. Head fake, nothing available. Good defense. Now the fadeaway. Misses everything off the mark. 30-second shot clock violation against the Bruins.
He thought TJ was pinning down in the corner, but he was running a wraparound trying to get into the lane to get a shot. Just a miscommunication between Carter and Fritz.
Risley Borman into the game. I think that's the first time for him tonight. Also, Lucas Morgan back in.
A little bit of a light press here by Bellevue, just trying to disrupt this offense of the Trojans.
Isaac Sumption with the basketball. Thought about driving, then he saw Emar there and thought better of it.
Probably a good decision.
Working the ball around the perimeter, trying to get a post touch. They'll get it inside. Matt Mathuck left his feet, got up on the floor, and free throws upcoming for Aiden Jensen.
Yeah,
Matt will pick up his first personal foul.
Matt got his chin checked for his effort, too. I mean, listen, he might just be a sophomore out there, but Aiden Jensen's all 6'9", 220 that he's listed of.
Very agile as well. Seventh team foul, against the Bruins. First free throw off the mark by Jensen. Again, the five-man substitution. I was going to say five-man electrical band, but that's back in my day. You have never heard of them, have you?
I don't believe so.
No, okay, thank you.
I'm assuming a big 90s band, right?
That was more the 70s.
Let's try to help you out, buddy.
There we go. Thank you.
Willie Williams checking back into the game here. R.J. Smith back in as well. Nigel Wilson, Caleb Chang into the game for the Bruins. R.J. Smith setting a screen for Caleb Chang. Caleb decides not to use it. Instead, the step back look for three-pointer. Ooh, that was off the mark and out of bounds. Bruins have made a couple of three-pointers in tonight's game, and they've been ugly on a couple more as well, to be quite honest. Caleb Chang ran by his bench, and Lucas Gabriel literally asked him, what was that? Bruins 4-point lead. It's been that way for a bit. Yeah, the coach staff may not have been happy about that shot selection. Isaac Sumption with the basketball, now to give. And the perimeter passing for his teammates. That one is going to go out of bounds. Lucas Morgan thought that Nolan Segner was going to zig. Instead, he zagged, and the ball goes out of bounds for the turnovers. Two errant plays by both teams here to capitalize on his ball back into Caleb Chang's hands here. Two turnovers against the Trojans, 3 against the Bruins, so not too bad with the ball handling in the early going of tonight's contest. Here's RJ coming out to accept the ball at the high post. Raphael Allen trying to free himself to become available. Bounce pass to Nigel Wilson. He's going to be guarded by Morgan. The one-on-one. Nigel
a little bit too strong off the glass.
RJ set that high post a few times and has not dribbled to the rim yet. I mean, you got to do that to keep this Trojans defense accountable for it.
Caleb Chang knocks that one out of bounds.
Back in for the Trojans.
Tyler Beckwith checks back in, another one of the freshmen on this Dakota State squad. A pretty young group. Freshmen and sophomores abound.
Deep pass into the backcourt here, Trojans.
Little miscommunication there at half court between Beckwith and Moorman.
Movie screen by the Trojans. They get away with one.
Isaac Sumption with the side. It'll go over the shot, over the backboard and out of bounds. Bellevue shooting 47%. Dakota State shooting 39%. Bruins with 3 3-pointers, 1 3-pointer for the Trojans as we approach the 7.5-minute mark of the first half.
Yeah, very quiet 13 minutes for both offenses. Both teams still really trying to find their rhythm. See both Willie Williams and Caleb Chang end up in the same part of the offense.
Willie Williams' attempt for 3 is no good. Williams 0 for 3 from the floor tonight after a great weekend last weekend on the road.
After I jinxed him at the start of the game.
There we go.
There it is.
A combined 41 points on the road last weekend. Shot 3-pointer is good. Risley Borman, a freshman from Pipestone, Minnesota. His first attempt of the night.
Ends almost a minute and a half scoring drought for both teams in this one. 1-point game, Bruins lead. It's been cut by 6.
Nigel Wilson, almost a double-team steal. Here's Williams. Sees a seam to the open Raphael Allen. His shot off the mark. Nice work inside by R.J. Smith to tip it out to Caleb Chang. Fresh 20 seconds on the second chance shot clock.
Oh, they didn't reset it.
On the baby hook, R.J. Smith. The right side of the lane. Knocks that one down. R.J. with 4 points. 2 for 2 from the floor. To go along with 3 rebounds.
That's actually his 6th point of the night. He's made 3 of those shots with those 3 baby hooks inside.
Entry pass down low. Bruins defense responds accordingly. Denies the inside look from Morgan. Instead, the 3-point shot from Nolan Segner. Another freshman, this one from Apple Valley, Minnesota. And it's a 23-23 ball game at the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, great look by Segner. He's trying to call out the defense here, really quickly getting back. You don't see that out of a youngster like that very often.
Bounce pass stolen away, up ahead. The basket by Isaac Sumption. Good look ahead after the steal. I think that was Lucas Morgan who got the steal and assist.
That gives the Trojans their first lead of the night.
Bruins blew out Dakota State in the first meeting. Dakota State only scoring 47 points in an opening matchup in Madison.
Yeah, they're more than halfway there now.
R.J. Smith, the backboard shot, make it 8 points for R.J.
Lucas Gabriel getting his next 5 ready. We're going to see another switch out here in the next few minutes because he's giving J.J. Montgomery some pretty heavily instructions about the offense right now.
Drive to the basket, that's no good. The miss by Sumption. The Bruins pushing ahead. Here's Raphael, has a seam, pass inside, Nigel. That's an easy 2. Assist to Raphael. Nigel with the bucket. Timeout on the floor with 4:57 to go in the first half. Bruins up by 2.
R.J. Smith is so big, Sumption couldn't even see the backboard when he drove to the rim. I mean, good Lord. Great defensive stop there by R.J. Smith.
Again, that text message number if you want to join the fun tonight, 402-515-7654. The final ball game to be played here at the Coach Jerry Mosser Court inside the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center. Let's get this win, Bruins, from the Phillips family in Northern California.
Wish our guy McKrepsky a happy birthday.
There we go. Go Bruins. Go Christian, Grandma, Grandpa, Aunt Carrie, and Uncle Gary watching in Chandler, Arizona. We got a lot of fans down in Arizona, don't we?
We do. We're worldwide.
Good evening, everyone. Happy birthday. Well, thank you. Let's go Bellevue. Some basketball emojis from Willie Williams' mom listening in out in the San Francisco Bay Area. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network.
We're loved in Arizona. We're loved in the Bay. We're loved everywhere.
All right. Coast to coast and then some. Dakota State back to work on offense, trailing by 2 after having the lead for a couple of seconds a minute or so ago. Here's Tane Mitchell. The give to Braden Pankinen. Pankinen knocks that one down. Pankinen, his first points of the night after being named the North Star Athletic Association Player of the Week.
Yeah, he's had 3 really good looks. That's the first one he's able to knock down. That's one of the few guys, if you're Bellevue, you can't get going here.
Trojans back up by 1 after that 3-pointer by Pankinen. R.J. Smith looking for somebody to pass to. Instead, hey, I'll go a left-handed hook from this side. It's no good. And the rebound pulled down by the Trojans. Nearing the 4-minute mark of the first half.
That's the second time somebody slipped in that same spot. We may need just a little moisture on this side of the court.
Have to get the mop guys out to work.
He's a little busy on his cell phone right now.
Mitchell with the basketball. The give to Teets. He'll launch for a 3-point attempt. That one's no good. Caleb Chang with the board for the Bruins.
Yeah, lands right in Chang's lap. That's about as easy as a rebound as you're going to get.
Here's Willie Williams. Again, hi to his folks listening in San Francisco. Caleb will reset the Bruins offense. 15 seconds on the shot clock.
A little movement off the ball here by Bellevue, just trying to create some space on the floor. Yep, trying to open something up in the lane. See if it's another flush back to Will. Nope, I thought they were going to get back to Nigel, but RJ goes up strong with it.
RJ says, I missed that last one, but let me do this left-handed hook again. I'll make that one.
Tells Nigel Wilson, hey, man, I got to get on the stat sheet here.
RJ Smith with 10 points on 5 out of 6 shooting.
He's the first player tonight in double digits. He's got 10.
Entry pass inside, trying to take advantage of the mismatch. Nice eye awareness by Tane Mitchell, feeding it inside to Aiden Jensen.
Yeah, he had some luck early in the first part of this first half. We'll see if they get it back into his hands in the offensive sets.
Bodies banging down low, trying to work for position.
Yeah, Jensen now trying to stave off Smith.
Nigel to RJ, the 2 big guys. And let's go to the right side hook. So RJ is hooking them in from every spot on the floor.
Kareem Abdul-who?
The Bruins back up by 1 at 31-30. Entry pass inside, runs out of room is Calvin Ping.
Yeah, Nigel Wilson thought he stepped out of bounds, so did I.
And there's going to be a body foul called against Caleb Chang on the drive inside by Braden Pankinen. And with that, 5 fresh Bruins on the floor and 1, 2, 3 Trojans as well. As both coaches trying to keep fresh bodies on the floor to match up against the opponent.
That was Caleb's just first foul of the night. 8th team foul for the Bruins in this half, though.
So a 1-and-1 here for Braden Pankinen. Pankinen, an 82% free throw shooter on the season. That's pretty money.
And he keeps on printing it.
Bada bing, we're here all night. I was trying to use the reverse announcer's jinx there.
I felt you. I had another one-liner ready if you missed it.
And he makes them both, as was to be expected.
And his credit score goes up even higher. 32-31, 2:13 to play.
A lot of lead changes over the last couple of minutes. Bruins back to work on offense. Bellevue has made 5 of their last 6 shots on offense.
Great job by J.J. Montgomery to corral that pass. It was almost a over and back situation.
Matt Mathuk with the ball. Kick out pass to Christian Carter. Tries to work with Matt on this near side. Good defense by the Trojans. Emar Vincent splits defenders. They say no shot. Foul on the floor.
Yeah, it was away from the ball. So we go against Teets.
First personal against Nolan Segner. Oops.
Segner, no, yeah, it should be against Teets. He pointed and said 1.
Scorers table looking at each other with question marks on their faces.
Yeah, Teets. Yeah,
okay.
They gave it to him. All right, there it is.
Ray Quinn bails everybody out over there on the PA. Here's the move by Emar Vincent. Nice job of using the backboard, the rim, and his body size to work around for the bucket.
Look across the way.
Vincent with 6 points.
Darren Teague just said 2, so I think next time you're going to see 2 bodies on big number 50 underneath.
Drive by Pankinen, works his way around the defense. And block, nice play by J.J. Montgomery, but the Trojans get the ball back. Shot clock continues to run down. And Braden Pankinen, after having the ball stolen from him, knocks it home for a tray.
What heads up play by Lucas Morgan there, just to not only get the rebound, the stuff in the rebound, but find the open shooter too.
2-point lead for the Trojans as we near the 1-minute mark. Here's Mathuk, Council Bluffs native. Head fake, drives baseline. No more room to operate down there. A bad pass inside, stolen away on the drive lane. Teets, too strong, no good. Christian Carter establishes both feet back in Playable territory. Now Christian from behind. He's going to go to the free throw line as Tyler Beckwith hammers him on the layup attempt.
He hit hard on the ground there. Christian kind of grabbing at his elbow, shakes it off.
Well, Christian will step to the line. Christian, a 74% free throw shooter. That's pretty good as well.
His first trip to the free throw line tonight. It's 2 of 4 from the field. Got 5 points on the evening.
Again, hello to his family listening up there in Northern California.
Bring the warm weather with you if you come to town. We appreciate it.
I'm sure they'll be here next week for Senior Day. Marnie and Steven, his mom and dad.
Oh, do they make it a lot?
Just a little bit. Great support for their young man. And the follow-up free throw is good. Aiden Jensen back in the lineup for Dakota State. Let's see if the Trojans try to use him and his size on this next offensive set. Pankinen around Montgomery. TJ Fritz knocks it out of bounds. Good catch, Craig, across the way. The women's golf coach at Bellevue University makes the play.
Let him sign the sheet tonight, too, then.
Pankinen to trigger it in.
Yeah, 19 seconds on the shot clock, 34 on the game clock. The Trojans not able to hold for the last shot yet.
Beckwith gives it to Pankinen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 23 on the game clock. Trying to work inside. The drive right side lane by Lucas Morgan. That's going to be a blocking foul against Matt Mathuk. That'll be his third personal foul.
Okay, TJ Fritz thought that was against him, and he was as confused as I was. But yes, it does go against Mathuk. I didn't see what happened, but TJ Fritz just kind of got ran into just standing his ground.
9th team foul, so still a 1-and-1 situation for Morgan.
Dakota State making sure they send 2 back to prevent a leaker on the other side here with shot clock being off.
Morgan, a 60% free throw shooter on the season, off the mark on that one. Matt Mathuk with the rebound. The Bruins will hold for the final shot.
Be interesting to see who this ends up in the hands of. They've liked Emar Vincent down low, but he's low into the set here, so it's probably going to be an outside shot.
5 seconds remaining. Emar on the drive inside, clearing some space off the glass and in. Emar Vincent, the power move inside, and the first half will come to an end. The Bellevue Bruins 37, the Dakota State Trojans 35. So a tight contest, many lead changes, especially over the last 6 or 7 minutes or so of this first half. The Bruins shooting 55% from the floor, 46% for Dakota State. What are some of the categories that stood out to you, Jimmy, in the first half?
Out of both teams, only R.J. Smith in double digits scoring the basketball tonight. 12 points for him inside. What you need right now if you're Bellevue, you just need Raphael Allen and Willie Williams to get going. Goose eggs from them in the scoring category isn't going to do it tonight.
Quick look at some of the individual stats. Oops, I hit the wrong button on the computer. I'm cussing under my breath so you won't hear it.
It's your birthday. You can say whatever you want.
There we go. Dakota State. Lane Teets has 4 points. Braden Pankinen has 8. Tyler Beckwith with 2. Tane Mitchell with 6. Jensen has 2. Payne with 3. Sumption with 4. Borman with 3. And Segner with 3. That's the scoring totals at halftime for the Dakota State Trojans.
Yeah, Lucas Morgan, has got 4 rebounds. Leads the Trojans grabbing the boards as well.
For the Bellevue Bruins, let's look at those. Willie Williams still looking for his first points tonight. Caleb Chang with 6. Nigel Wilson with 4. As you mentioned, Raphael Allen as well looking for his first basket. R.J. Smith leads the team with 12. T.J. Fritz is scoreless. Christian Carter with 7. And Emar Vincent with 8. So those are the individual totals at halftime.
Willie Williams, no points, but 3 key rebounds. He's also got 2 key rebounds and 3 big assists in this one. So not scoring, but still contributing to points.
Again, we want to remind you, next Friday will be the opening of the new basketball and athletic facility, the Bellevue University Fieldhouse up on top of the hill on the west side of campus. Free admission to both the men's and women's game on Friday and Saturday. The Bruins will play host to Valley City State on Friday, Mayville State on Saturday. So If you're in any way connected to Bellevue University or thinking about being an athlete at Bellevue University, come on down on Friday and Saturday. 5:30 and 7:30 tip-offs on Friday, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Maybe you're just trying to save some money and need a free date night idea for Valentine's Day. Come on down, celebrate it with Mick and I.
Popcorn's a buck. What a cheap date.
I know you haven't asked yet, but yes, Mick, I will be your Valentine.
All
next
right,
Friday.
thank you. My heart is pumping a little harder.
When is your birthday, bud?
Sunday. February 9th.
I'll make sure I shoot you a text message.
All right, very good. Mention me on the broadcast on Monday night.
All right, there you go. There's nothing I'd rather do.
Watching back in Melbourne, Australia, midday on Saturday.
Like I said, we are worldwide, folks.
Go Trojans. That's the family of Tane Mitchell. Yeah. I don't know if you heard the introduction that Tane got from Ray Quinn, but he had an Australian accent, or a pretend Australian accent, and a good day as well. So.
Yeah, and listen, I don't think we pointed this out yet tonight. A great contingency of folks making the trip from Madison down here as well. 3.5-hour drive. That's what makes what the North Star Athletic Association Conference has been so special, is these close, near to heart rivalries that you can make trips for and attend away games as well.
A couple more texts to get to here before we take our halftime break. Good luck, Mr. Mitchell, from your Madison Middle School PE students. They say go Trojans. All right, must be a student teaching gig up there for him. Hello, we've watched a lot of road games and we've enjoyed listening to you guys. Go Trojans. Well, thanks for that
we appreciate
compliment. We love what we're doing up here.
Yeah, I think both games that we've had Dakota State on, you and I have been here for these, so that's awesome. We appreciate it.
Let's go, RJ. Keep dominating that post. Go Bruins. That comes from RJ's dad. Thanks for joining us tonight.
He's having himself a game. Daddy's playing well.
Enjoying the broadcast. Go Trojans. Greetings from Redwood Falls, Minnesota.
Okay, listen, I don't want to be a homer radio guy. And we love all of our away fans chiming in and giving your support. Where are the Bruins at tonight?
We've got some in there.
We need a few more texts in there. Redwood
Falls, Minnesota. That sounds like a very lovely place, kind of a prototypical place when you think of Minnesota. Yeah, and fishing. And
you think there's a lake or two around?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mick. Let's wake up the Bruins from the Bellcasters listening in Chicago. That's the family of Vinny Belcaster, the volunteer assistant coach for the Bellevue Bruins. Vinny was a Bellevue player before his career was cut short by injury, so good to hear you guys listening in as well.
We appreciate you, Chi-Town.
Thanks to everybody who sent along their text message. We just really enjoy that. I mean, it's fun for us to hear where you're listening in, and we're glad that you enjoy the broadcasts that come your way. We're going to take a little bit of break. If you want to send along a text during the halftime, 402-515-7654. Jimmy and I will be back in about 6 or 7 minutes. Come on back for more men's basketball right here on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Welcome back to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. We enter a halftime break, about 3 minutes or so before we're back to the basketball action. The Bruins up by 2 points at halftime, 37-35, the third matchup of the season between these two squads. Every one of the North Star Athletic Association members will play each other 3 times in basketball this year on the men's and women's side as they get ready for the conference tournament, which will begin on February 26th. The higher seeds will host this year. The top 2 teams will get an opening round bye, and then the other teams will compete against each other. The 3 plays 6 in the first round, the 4 plays 5. Right now, as we head into tonight's action, Dickinson State on top of the conference with a 9-1 record. Jamestown in second at 7-3. Mayville State in third place at 5-5. The Bruins in fourth at 4-6. Dakota State in fifth at 3-7. And then Valley City at 2-8, the 6th team in conference play. A couple more texts have come in during our halftime break. Let's get to those before we get back to the action. Go Bruins! Proud of you guys from the 503 area code. Fun broadcast. Go Trojans from Buddy on Big Candy Lake, Minnesota. How come all these places in Minnesota have these fun geographic names? All right. RJ, we really enjoy watching you and the team play this year. Bruins always from Papa and Grammy from Las Vegas. All right, thanks everybody for playing along with Jimmy and me tonight. 402-515-7654 if you want to send along your greetings for the second half of action. Again, want to remind you, next Friday, the opening night of the new Bellevue University Fieldhouse. The first games, women and men, will be played. The Bellevue Bruins take on Valley City State. The women's game begins at 5:30. The men's game begins at 7:30. Free admission. Come on down. Or if you can't make it, be sure to watch it on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. I'm told that the new facility will also have some other more advanced video production technology. We won't be able to get into that for that Friday version, but we're hoping that in the future we'll be able to have a multi-camera setup to bring you these basketball games on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Won't that be big time? The Bruins will have the opening possession here in the second half, leading by 2 points, and we are underway. Bruins with 20 points in the paint tonight. 20 of their 27 points have come from those inside looks. Let's see if the Bruins continue to play that inside game. Bounce pass to Nigel Wilson. Nigel to R.J. Smith. Both of those guys covered in traffic. R.J. little baby hook this time a little too strong. Nice play inside by Willie Williams to get the offensive rebound and a fresh 20 on the clock. Again, R.J. with the basketball out to Willie. Williams on the drive, gets around the defense, off-balance shot, wanted a foul call, doesn't get it, and instead the ball goes out of bounds, possession to Dakota State. Dakota State will get its opening possession in the second half, trying to knot this one up with the 2 or take a lead with the 3. It's been a back-and-forth game, especially in the latter part of that first half. Bruins enjoyed a lead for most of the first half, but it's been a very highly competitive game. Braden Penkinen working his way inside around the screen of Aiden Jensen. Can't get it to go. He winds up on the floor. Bruins on their second half attempt.
He's gone to that scoop layup a few times, not had a ton of success. Kind of surprised they keep going back to it.
Nigel Wilson a little bit short on that shot inside. Dakota State on the run. Drive inside by Tane Mitchell. Again, high to his grade school class, PE class, as he's doing some student teaching this year. His shot no good. He winds up on the floor as the Bruins wind up with the basketball.
Man, he has taken some shots tonight, too. He took that clothesline in the first half.
And he'll give a shot in return as R.J. Smith had that good look inside of the pass from Nigel Wilson. It'll be R.J. at the free throw line for the Bruins.
I believe they call that a receipt.
Wow, boom. R.J. Smith, a 62% free throw shooter on the season. Pretty good percentage for a big guy.
Yeah, we've seen him be deadly from mid-range already. Those sky hooks that he's had tonight, he's got great touch on the ball, and it shows at the free throw line.
First free throw is good.
Mick, I did tell Bill Mullins that for your birthday you'd like a jersey and shorts in the matching yellow tonight that we see, so we'll make sure we get those for you.
My wife will see me walking down the street from a mile away. Off the mark on the second free throw, however. That's the first time I've seen this yellow on yellow look for the Bruins.
I was going to ask you if this is something that has been happening in the games I haven't been able to make it to, and apparently not.
Looks like a uniform the Oregon Ducks would be
that was my
would
first
be wearing.
thought. I think the Bruins are making highlighters jealous tonight.
Bounce pass inside to Pankin, and a whistle blows. Shot will not go down. A tough entry pass from Tane Mitchell on that one.
Pankin is listed at 5'9". And Braden, don't take this offensively, but I think that's a little generous. And they are just continuing to run him into the paint. And it is a little staggering to me, but they finally get one to get to the free throw line and almost fall. So apparently the coaching staff seeing something I'm not.
Pankinen has been to the free throw line 33 times this year, 27 out of 33 for that 82% shooting percentage. And now a 2-point game.
Yeah, makes the second one there.
Bruins back to work on offense. Nigel Wilson assumes the high post here. We've seen Wilson and Smith work well together in this fivesome. Thread the needle pass to Willie Williams. He loses the handles. It's tipped away. Nigel Wilson gets it back. Here's Caleb Chang behind the screen. Caleb knocks another one down. His third three-pointer of the night.
Yeah, I was trying to get his stats up. My live stats broadcast froze on my computer, trying to get that brought up so we get the details. I was looking for Pankin's free throw shots. I realized that I didn't have an internet connection.
Oops. That happens from time to time.
Technology is great when it works.
Hopefully the new facility will have all the bugs worked out of it by the time it opens up on Friday. Here's Caleb Chang with the defensive rebound for the Bruins, pushes it ahead. Here's Willie Williams, full head of speed. Willie gets the basket to go over the top of a Dakota State defender. First basket of the night for Willie Williams.
Bench comes alive. They've been waiting for him to make one of those. He finally gets it to roll home.
Williams made a great impression his first game as a Bellevue Bruin back in November. Had over 20 points in his first game in the Bellevue uniform. Foul call on the floor.
Lucas Gabriel really happy about number 3 and the fact they're going to have him down this stretch. They need to start stacking games, be able to be a factor in that tournament to punch their ticket to the big dance. They're going to need number 3 to be a big factor in that.
Raphael Allen draws his first personal foul tonight. Pankinen on the receiving end of that entry pass. R.J. Smith comes out to guard him. There's got to be a mismatch somewhere else. It's inside. Let's see if they can try to get it to Colby Dillenbeck as Caleb Chang was on him.
And he's still on him. No switch off here by Bellevue despite two of their bigs being on the court.
Three-point attempt by Lane Teets. Winds up in the hands of Lucas Morgan. Fresh 20-second shot clock for the Trojans. Another three-point attempt. That one's off the mark. And a whistle blows on the rebound attempt.
It's going to go against Willie.
Willie Williams will draw his second personal foul. Third team foul of the half against Bellevue. Another three-point attempt. That one's off the mark by Pankinen, and the Bruins come away with the basketball on the rebound. Had a chance to talk to some of the Bellevue women's basketball alums at halftime. Laura Jurek, Taya Pankey, Aisha Scott. Asked them what they thought about opening up the new facility. They said they were going to try to find a way to sneak into a jersey. And
yeah, I don't blame them.
R.J. Smith, some workman's duty inside with the left hand. He'll get the basket. And a timeout called by Dakota State with 15:59 remaining in the game. It's the Bruins 45, the Trojans 36. The Bruins open up a 9-point lead.
You got to imagine that Darren Teague's trying to find a way. Somehow Caleb Chang gets matched up and gets Colby Dillenbeck again to try to get him the basketball. Right now, Bellevue on an 8-1 run to start the second half.
A 2-point lead at halftime. They've exploded with that. Dakota State over 2 minutes since that one free throw by Pankinen.
Yeah,
the only point of the half.
If we could see it up here with Dillenbeck being guarded by Caleb Chang, I can't believe they didn't pound it into number 24. I mean, you're almost looking at almost a foot size differential there.
A couple of more texts in the queue. Go Trojans from fans listening in South Carolina. Glad you guys
made
are
it
with
coast
us.
to coast.
Yeah, the East Coast, the Palmetto States. Happy birthday. Thank you. Go Dakota State, go Risley. From his family listening in the Pipestone area. More Minnesotans. Attaway JJ, go Bruins from Auntie and Jasmine in Turlick, California.
I just want a little more purple and gold in the chat. That's all I needed tonight.
And one more, let's go Bruins, the Whale family, watching in Henderson, Nevada. Morgan Whale, a member of the Bellevue University volleyball squad, as is our camera person and producer.
And it's official Women in Sports Day, so we appreciate all of our female listeners, female athletes.
Tip of the cap to Chloe Cloud for her work tonight behind the scenes. Back to action on the floor. Dakota State with the basketball. Obi Dillenbeck, the Dallas, Texas native, trying to work inside. Nigel Wilson on the deflection into the hands of Raphael Allen. Bruins ahead.
Raphael Allen's hands are so strong. The fact that he's able to pull out of the air corral, that is so impressive.
Caleb off the mark on that three-point attempt, but Nigel gets the second chance rebound for the Bruins.
They're going to need to reset this offense. They don't like the setup here. Yeah, there it is. You got to get some movement.
Knocked away from behind by Braden Pankinen to his teammate Lane Teets. Nothing available there. Here's Kobe Dillenbeck trying to skip his way down the lane. Off the mark on the shot. Nigel Wilson with the rebound. Here come the Bruins. Have a one-man advantage, 4-3. A foul call on the floor.
Trying to go against Pankinen.
Yep. His first personal foul, now the second team foul against Dakota State. Wholesale substitutions, 10 people on the floor. I'm not going to name them all, I'm sorry.
Nope, go ahead, Mick. Just because it's your birthday doesn't give you special treatment.
My brain is spinning, all right.
A lot of people have come in and a lot of people have come off.
Liam Thompson among them. He had 2 fouls early in the first half, so it's been a while since he's been on the floor. Here's Christian Carter. Trying to turn the corner, bounce pass inside, deflects off the leg of somebody. Emar throwing his body for it, comes up a little bit short.
Yeah, Emar just set a really physical screen, wasn't able to get to the backside help there to catch that pass. 14:44 to play, Bruins by 9.
Calvin Payne, entry pass inside. They say foul on the floor, no shot. Aiden Jensen.
It's going to go to TJ Fritz. I mean, that's the second foul he's picked up tonight where he just got him standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
4th team foul against the Bruins now. Here's Payne to the near side to Sumption. Again, got to be a mismatch somewhere. There it is. Inside the payment. Emar Vincent comes over to swat it, but he's going to be called for the foul.
And he got a little bit of chuckle out of that. He thought he got all ball, but big fella, I'm sorry to tell you, totally hacked his wrist on that.
The official gave him a look. He didn't like whatever Emar said or smiled at it.
He didn't say anything. He just laughed. That's Emar's first personal.
Here's Aiden Jensen at the free throw line. Jensen has 2 points tonight in 14 minutes of play. First free throw up, and it swirls around, but don't go down.
And Emar with a ball don't lie stare back at the at the official.
Aiden, the 6'9" sophomore from the home of Dakota State University, Madison, South Dakota. As you mentioned earlier, about a 3.5-hour drive between here and there.
You got to feel really good if you're a Trojan to see that guy in a uniform for possibly 2 more years. I mean, he stands out and just grabs your attention as a sophomore. He fills out that jersey, and he's got 2 more years to do it.
Bruins do a lot of recruiting out of the ranks of the junior college. Dakota State, kind of a mix of JUCO and high school kids.
Yeah, Lucas Gabriel plans on spending a lot of time across the river at Iowa Western over the next couple of weeks. They got some stars over there.
3-point shot from the corner is good by Risley Borman. We heard from his family early on in our text messages.
Lead quickly cut to 5 here. Feels like this is a big possession for Bellevue. It looks like Emar took a shot. He's kind of shaking it off right now. He's kind of walking.
Kind of in a daze, yeah.
I don't know, maybe he took a shot in the eye or something, and those goggles kind of maybe made his eyes water.
TJ Fritz, turnaround shot. The southpaw shooter a little bit short on that one. Jensen with the rebound. The Trojans trying to cut the deficit even more. Christian Carter makes a nice defensive play. Slap the ball off the foot of Calvin Payne right in front of the Dakota State bench.
Yeah, and Darren Teague disagrees, but I think it was a great heads-up play by Christian Carter, who's got trouble catching his breath right now after diving on the floor. Probably got the wind knocked out of him.
So a couple of Bruins a little bit on the groggy side.
Yeah, Emar Vincent's still kind of shaking it off a little bit over there on that side. He might have taken a shot or something to the face.
Carter working around with Liam Thompson, top of the key. Now J.J. Montgomery, T.J. Fritz join the party.
Yeah,
J.J. trying to drive left baseline, runs out of room, gets it across to Montgomery. J.J. in traffic. There's going to be a foul called on the drive. That helped bail the Bruins out as the shot clock was down to single digits. They'll get a fresh 20 here on the inbounds play. The foul against Isaac Sumption, his second, team third.
Oh, T.J. Fritz just took a shot to the jaw. In traffic, he's looking for some help from the official.
Bruins will inbound again. We said it was going to be a rugged and physical game, and it's played out
and
that
honestly,
way.
it's been about half as physical as the women's game, if we're being honest. That was an absolute dogfight earlier.
Vincent using his strength inside. A little baby shot up and in. Emar Vincent now in double digits with 10.
Said, hey, R.J. Smith, I got in the arsenal too. I can go to the hook shot.
Into the hands of Jensen.
You're seeing the physicality take a little bit of an uptick here. It's pretty obvious. I mean, there's some desperation for both teams. They can feel this game starting to tighten down the stretch.
They know they need to play their best basketball down the stretch of the regular season to get ready for the conference tournament. Foul on the play goes against Liam Thompson. That's his fourth.
I mean, I don't think we've mentioned this. I know we talked about the record, so this feels like a must-win game for both of these programs tonight.
Up and in by Jensen. Matt Mathock checks back in for Thompson. Second attempt on its way for Jensen. He has 4 points. He has 5 points with that second free throw. Still nobody on the Dakota State roster in double digits. Braden Penkinen with 9. He's close.
And only R.J. Smith and Emar Vincent with double digits for the Bruins, and Emar just hit 10.
Bellevue. Here's Montgomery. JJ's been kind of quiet tonight.
Yeah, really quiet night for all the guards really at Bellevue. Big guys getting it done underneath.
T.J. Fritz in traffic, winds up on the floor, no foul called. He comes up pleading with his eyes to the official, won't get any satisfaction there. 3-point shot from Dakota State, that's off the mark.
Great job by J.J. Montgomery to close on the shooter there mid-shot.
A three-pointer knocked down by Risley Borman.
Yeah,
he landed awkwardly on his ankle.
No, he landed on Emar Vincent. That should have been a foul call. He landed on Emar, and Emar was in his shooting space, but the officials didn't see it. That's why Darren Teague is halfway on the court right now, because he's very upset and has a reason to be. He's hurt. Yeah,
he'll head to the locker room to get some attention by the training staff. Dakota State fans agreeing with you there, Jim. They want the and one on the free throw.
There was a lot of contact. I'm not trying to make excuses. There's a lot of contact happening under the basket, and that's where the official's attention was. The shooter just happened to land on top of a Bruin. By the rule, that should be a foul, but it will break here for Bellevue.
Bellevue gets the basketball on the inbounds play, leading by 2 points. Bruins had as large as an 8-point lead, I recall.
Yeah, a little bit of a scoring drought right now for Bellevue. They've gone almost a minute and a half out of bucket.
Here's Vincent. Working against Tyler Beckwith. Instead of the kick out pass to J.J. Montgomery, J.J. hard off the back of the rim, no good. That was actually J.J.'s first shot of the night.
I was just trying to figure that out. I was looking at a different stat, but yeah, that's his first attempt. Very quiet, uncharacteristically quiet night for the guards from Bellevue University.
Definitely been trying to force the ball inside the lane. Yeah, may have gotten an extra step there. Here's the drive inside. Good defense by Matt Mathock on the drive against Lane Teets.
Yeah, straight up and down. That's perfect, picture-perfect defense. Christian Carter again feeding it inside. We know Lucas Gabriel wants the touches in the paint. You've got to see a three-pointer go through here soon if you're Bellevue.
T.J. Fritz, the leading scorer on the season for the Bruins. No points yet tonight.
Great job by Emar Vincent there being disciplined. That could have been an easy over the back call. He chose to back off.
Here's Tane Mitchell, top of the key. He'll leave it behind for the drive from Tyler Beckwith. A little runner. That's going to be an offensive foul. against Tyler Beckwith. Used that elbow to kind of clear some space. Bruins will bring in 5 new players. Dakota State will bring in a couple more, or are we going to get a technical as well?
Technical here. He motioned to a T. I don't know who it was against, though. He signaled 4, but he pointed at Bellevue. Caleb Chang's not out there, so it couldn't be 4 for Bellevue. It might be TJ Fritz. Student section for Bellevue didn't like it, so this call's going against Bellevue in some way.
We'll have it posted up on our live stats screen here in just a couple of moments.
Well, hold on, they just motioned at Darren Teague, too, so.
Could be offsetting technicals. Technical foul on Tyler Beckwith.
It was 4 for Dakota State. Okay,
yes,
wow,
4 for Dakota State. And technical foul on TJ Fritz. So both teams get one guy with a technical, so there'll be no free throws as they offset, but they do count as personal fouls.
I'm going to speak for TJ here. He likes to trash talk a little bit, so that's not really that surprising. His words, not mine. So.
Here's Raphael Allen, just back into the game. Willie Wilson, Caleb Chang, R.J. Smith, and Nigel Wilson. So 2 bigs and 3 guards, basically, on this formation. Here's Willie Williams, and there's going to be a palming violation against Willie.
He carried that because he almost lost it. But, man, I'd really like to see R.J. put the ball on the floor there and dribble to the rim. I know they're trying to set and run the offense to that high post, but if he starts going to the rim there, he's going to make them collapse that pocket and get those 3-point shooters open.
Both teams handling the ball pretty well. 6 turnovers against the Trojans, 7 against the Bruins with that last one. Well, coaches can live with that. Caleb Chang knocks that one out of bounds.
He's quietly having a really good game. I know we've talked about the quiet game from the guards tonight, but I mean, he's got 9 points. Yes, he's 3 of 6 from the field, but he's been really good on the defensive side of the ball.
Calvin Payne will pass it in as the Trojans back to their offense. Lane Teets, crossover dribble, top of the key. Entry pass inside, that's knocked away, but into the hands of Payne. Trying to work inside to the post player, and Kobe Dillenbeck will bank that one home for his first basket of the night.
And that lead is dissipated for Bellevue. It's a tie basketball game now.
Eerily similar to what we saw in the first half, where the Bruins led the entire first half of that half, and then it became a very competitive game in the second half of the half. Contact made there between Lucas Morgan and Nigel Wilson. Morgan will draw the foul.
Yeah, and he disagrees. It's getting really physical. So these fish, I know we saw the technicals assessed a minute ago. These officials may need to start stepping in here because you got guys kind of starting to take shots.
Trying to get control of the game. Entry pass to R.J. Bellevue with 16 fouls. R.J. Smith back to his good work inside.
That's exactly what he needed to do right there. Now on the next set, go to that same post, try to pass it back inside and get an open look.
Bruins have 28 points in the paint to 16 for the Trojans. That's probably the most lopsided of any of the stats that we have available to us. 3-point shot from the sideline, off the mark on the attempt by Payne, and a whistle blows. Another foul called in the battle for the rebound.
Yeah, this is going to go against Morgan going over the back.
His 3rd personal foul.
Darren Teague wanted a minute with the officials. They chose to walk away. I mean, he's over there working it pretty hard, but I don't think he's really had one foul that he's argued tonight that he's really been wrong about.
Morgan and Beckwith both with 3 personal fouls for Dakota State. Here's Willie Williams at the free throw line shooting the 1-and-1. Up and off the mark. Willie still scoreless. Oh, excuse me, 2 points.
Yeah, he's got 2, but he's 1 for 5 from the field. Now 0 for 1 for the charity stripe.
Off the glass, nice move inside, use of the body by Kobe Dillenbeck.
Yeah, that was a tough basket by Dillenbeck. He's not backing down to the physicality of the bigs at Bellevue right now.
He's a couple of inches shorter and a couple pounds lighter than RJ. Let's see how this matchup.
He's not playing like it, though. I mean, he's really held his own tonight.
It's a tussle. RJ with an off-balance shot, no good. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Caleb Chang.
He wanted to shoot that so bad, but the blue jerseys just collapsed on him right away.
Bruins only have 4 3-pointers tonight, 3 of them from Caleb Chang. Here's RJ. Again, a roller off the rim, no good.
Yeah, he had 8 seconds there. I'm a little surprised he went to that shot that early.
Tane Mitchell to Pankinen.
Trojans with the possibility of taking the lead for the first time in a while here.
There's a clear out across the way. It looks like Willie Williams is going to get tagged with that foul as he was tussling over there with Mitchell.
Yeah, he put Mitchell in a little bit of an armbar by accident, just trying to get position.
Oh, 1-1 here for Dakota State's Tane Mitchell, the Adelaide, Australia native. Mitchell will stay in. Most of his teammates will check out as the Bruins send in 5 new bodies. Liam Thompson, the only Bruin with 4 fouls. Willie Williams has 3 now. 1-1 once again on this other end of the floor. Just over 8 minutes to go. Free throw is good.
Yeah, TJ Fritz checks into the game here with the 1 technical. He's got two personal fouls overall. That's something to keep an eye on. I mean, obviously, he had I don't know if anybody saw this on camera, but he actually walked out of the gym to cool down a little bit and walk back in. So
smart move. That hallway there, go vent some steam.
And like I said, I think he took a shot to the chops too. So
J.J. Montgomery on the dribble drive. On look inside to Emar Vincent.
How does Bellevue handle the pressure here, trailing for the first time in a while?
Contact made as Emar goes up. Aiden Jensen winds up with the ball, but he also winds up with another personal foul for Jensen. That will be his.
That almost felt like by design, right? I mean, you saw the response from the Trojans on that. They're getting worked in the paint a little bit. There's a size differential in Bellevue's advantage. Let's see how physical we can get, and we'll see how Bellevue responds to it.
That's just the first personal foul for Aiden Jensen.
Yeah, and if you got him to give.
And the Bruins, another 1-1. This time, Emar Vincent at the, 2 shots as in the act of shooting. Sorry about that. Emar good from the stripe. And short on the second.
Need to stop here if you're Bellevue. You've been able to kind of stave off the Trojans to this point, but they are staying in this. You can't let them get hot.
3-point attempt off the mark, but the Trojans keep it alive after the miss by Borman. Good to see him back in the game after rolling that ankle earlier on. Ball out of bounds, possession to the Bellevue Bruins.
Assist to the student section there.
Yeah.
For absolutely catching Borman sliding into the bench there. That could have been much worse.
A couple of those graduates from the women's basketball squad I talked about earlier. Aisha Scott, Taya Pankey, Laura Jurek.
A few of those slackers from the volleyball team that aren't working tonight over there as well.
Across the way, the Bruins trying to regain the lead, 7:20 and counting.
Emar staying at the top of the key. We've seen the set. They're just trying to create space for the shooters.
Single digits on the shot clock. TJ Fritz trying to work, make something happen. Matt Mathuk. TJ on the floor once again. No foul call. Matt Mathuk with the shot with the left hand. That's no good.
Matt almost picked the pocket there. Great awareness.
And now the Trojans with their attempt to take the lead. Working inside. Jensen, no good. Nice work by Montgomery from behind to get a finger on the ball.
Jensen with it up and down there, but too many bodies in the way for the officials to see it. 6:39 to play, 50-50 ball game. Bellevue with the ball at home.
Entry pass from Matt Mathuk to Emar Vincent. And the Bruins regain the lead. And a timeout called by Dakota State head coach Darren Ty.
Yeah, and he wants a full timeout.
The Bruins will have 5 timeouts remaining, 3 remaining for the Trojans. 52-50 our score, 6:31 to go.
I will say this. All 3 of these officials have been here multiple times this season. TJ Fritz has a very high basketball IQ. He knows that if he ends up on the floor in a possession, he's more than likely to get a call. He's flopped a few times tonight, but he's also taken some shots. But that's kind of the double-edged sword. If you're gonna be a little overzealous when you get touched, sometimes you're not gonna get those calls.
A couple more texts in the queue. Let's go, JJ. Get this win, Bruins.
Yeah.
Nana and Papa listening in Hayward, California. Glad you guys are with us. And another one, back-to-back JJs. Keep up the great work, JJ. We love you and are so proud of you. From Auntie JoJo and Uncle Jason watching from San Jose.
Appreciate all the Californians chiming in tonight. Listen, 5 and 6 North Star play sounds a lot better than 4 and 7. You got to find a way to get this win tonight if you're Bellevue.
Bruins trying to stay above the 500 mark. Trojans trying to get near the 500 mark. Working inside. Nice move in the lane by Lucas Morgan for the basket.
That's just Morgan's first basket of the entire night. He's only got 2 points, 3 personal fouls. He's been working inside.
Matt Matlick double teamed inside. Bruins with good ball movement into the hands of Christian Carter. Now back to J.J. Montgomery. Shot clock at 10. Here's Fritz in the lane. Elevates. But again, the little basketball gods knocking things away from the hoop for TJ tonight. 0 for 5 from the floor.
Yeah, he's the leading scorer for this team, and when he's not on, it shows.
Matlick working on defense. A double dribble. Going against Lucas Morgan as he was bodying up against Matlick inside.
Emar's got to be really careful. He just did the double dribble motion. That's what the officials say to him, and he's getting a little bit of taunting there. When the game's starting to get that chippy, you can't start doing stuff like that.
Bruins can't afford to give away any unnecessary points. Make Dakota State work as hard for them as they possibly can.
I don't mind trash talking, but you got to be smart about those situations.
And a pass that goes out of bounds. Emar trying to find Christian Carter, but the pass beyond Christian's reach and out of bounds.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to do all that chirping, you can't do that.
8 turnovers against each team, so that's an equal statistic. Rebounds, the Bruins have a slight advantage there.
I mean, this is a very even-keeled game right now. You're looking at points in the paint for the Bruins is a 30-20 advantage. That's really the biggest differential in this entire game.
Teets, top of the key, near side to Penkinen, back to Teets.
You got Dylan Beck with, I was going to say, Caleb Chang on Dylan Beck again.
And that'll go off a Trojan player and into the bench as the Bruin defense, R.J. Smith in particular, helped get back off that switch. That's one way to take advantage of a pressure man-to-man defense. If you can get a team that's going to switch, you oftentimes will see a big man on a little man and vice versa.
Yeah, and for the first, that's happened about 4 times now, but that's the first time Dakota State even really
tried to take advantage.
Trying to take advantage of it, yeah.
Here's Nigel Wilson backing his way in. His shot off the mark. Nigel keeps it alive, back Bruins. Here's Willie Williams, short on that one. Dylan Beck with the rebound.
And
Dakota State
1 of 6 from the field tonight. He and TJ Fritz are combined 1 for 11.
And you're normally going to expect about 20 points per game from that pair. Here's Kobe Dylan Beck. Just enough to get it over the top of the rim and in. 2-point lead for the Trojans and an and one.
Yeah, and I think there was a little bit of a sarcastic roar from the Dakota State fans in attendance for finally getting a whistle.
Foul goes against R.J. Smith, second personal. 9-team foul, so after this one free throw here for Dylan Beck on the and one, it'll be a double bonus for the rest of the way for the Trojans. And that one won't go down. Nigel Wilson with the rebound, his 6th board of the night.
Nigel now leads all Bruins with rebounds with 6.
That one's knocked away inside by Dylan Beck. A 2-on-2 break. Open look for Brenken and over near his bench. And the sophomore sharpshooter knocks that one down.
Yeah, Willie Williams is frustrated right now, and he should be. He got drugged to the ground there on that shot. Willie Dylan Beck just kind of grabbed a hold of his jersey and brought him down with him.
Bruins trail by 5. I think that's the largest lead of the night for Dakota State.
It is. They've only led by 2 up until this point.
Here's Christian Carter working around the screen by Vincent. Into the lane, there's going to be a reach-in foul against Colby Dillenbeck. That will be his 3rd personal foul. 1-and-1 situation for the Bruins free throw shooter Christian Carter here. 1-and-1.
Next foul for either team puts them both in bonus.
So a little extra pressure here on Christian. Christian with 7 points.
He's perfect at the free throw line tonight.
And continues to be.
I regretted saying that as soon as it came out of my mouth.
No! Christian averages about 5 points per game on the season. Above that tonight with 8 already.
Neymar Vincent and Raphael Allen have a little bit of a conversation, both shaking their head. They're clearly frustrated. Raphael Allen also having a relative, surprisingly quiet night for him. He also has 0 points tonight. Listen, the game plan is designed to get inside for Bellevue's bigs tonight, but there's not very many complementary pieces coming from the guys you're usually getting points from.
It really helps to get some outside presence as well to keep that inside presence open. Timeout on the floor called by the Bellevue Bruins. Bellevue now with 4 timeouts left, 3 timeouts for Dakota State. Trojans up by 3 with 3:42 remaining in this one. Again, next weekend, the opening of the brand new Bellevue University Fieldhouse. Friday and Saturday, women's and men's doubleheader both nights. Valley City State will be here on Friday, Mayville State on Saturday. Free admission. They're not having a grand opening spectacular. That'll come sometime later on, as there's still a few things that need to be finalized there, but it's ready enough for the seniors to get at least a couple of games in the new facility.
Totally understandable if you weren't able to bring Mick his birthday present down today. You're more than welcome to do it next weekend. We'd love to. We will accept your gifts up at the booth.
Thanks, Jimmy. Here we go. Clock running, 3.5 minutes to go in this one.
He's a big fan of Ferraris and expensive watches.
Yeah.
Nigel Wilson guard the ball at the top of the key. Kind of surprised to see him that far up the court.
Entry pass inside. Open look to the net. How was that not a walk?
Yeah. Okay.
A late call, but a call nonetheless. Aiden Jensen went up. Landed. He's trying to plead his case that it was touched by a Bruin defender.
And it definitely was not. But, hey, listen, plead your case anyway, big fellow.
So the turnover gives the ball back to the Bruins, a chance to tie it. And now there's words from the official with some of the Dakota State fans to our right. And a stare down as well.
He specifically asked, would you like a tea? Asking the Dakota State fans if they want a technical.
And he wasn't talking about the green tea or black tea or oolong variety.
Even a twisted tea. It's a little bit after work hours.
Bruins back to work on offense, nearing the 3-minute mark. Nigel Wilson. Entry pass to Emar Vincent, tipped out of bounds inside by Payne.
He's made 3 plays now, Emar Vincent, where it's not going to show up on the stat sheet to the untrained eye. It doesn't look like much. But his IQ for basketball is so high. He knows when the ball is touched. He knows where the ball is supposed to be. That's the 3rd time tonight where he could have just palmed the ball and given up a possession and just smartly aware of the situation, knows it wasn't touched, and lets the ball go out of bounds.
Emar double teamed and won't go down. Rolled around and fell out.
That felt huge, right? I mean, that one falls through. Get a chance to tie this up, put a little bit of pressure back on the Trojans.
2 free throws upcoming for Emar Vincent. Emar with 13 points tonight.
The same official having words with fans on this side. That's the Bellevue crowd down there. So, I mean, officials are hearing it tonight.
First free throw, again, kicks out.
Is there something about this rim? I swear we have this conversation every single game during the men's games. And on this side of the gym, doesn't matter if it's Bellevue, doesn't matter if it's the opposing team, just doesn't seem to fall on that side. Maybe we need to move the banners, do half on that side and half on this side.
Sean Malley, the facilities manager, always swore there was something about this rim over here. It's balanced, it's the legitimate height or whatever, but he always swore that's why the Bruins like to go this way, that there's something cursed about the rim on the east side of the floor.
Sean Malley just makes things up, though.
Well, yeah, so do we. So
that's true.
We're all in the same boat. Dakota State trying to nurse that 2-point lead. Drive by Teets, kick out pass to Dillenbeck.
Yeah, Teets landed awkward there. Glad he got up okay.
Drive, pull-up shot, quick release. Tyler Beckwith with the bucket.
Great hesitation there by Beckwith. Kind of got Wilson off his spot and got a free look at the basket.
4-point lead for the South Dakotans.
Yeah, you need a bucket here if you're Bellevue. You want to get this into Christian Carter's hands, let him run the offense and set the best spot for you.
Emar Vincent, top of the key. Nigel Wilson running around the top. Thought about driving the lane. Bounce pass inside Emar Vincent. Stolen away by Lucas Morgan. Good read of the passing lane. And now Dakota State can afford to run some time.
Yeah, not what you want if you're Bellevue here. You got to find a way to get this ball back and not give up an easy foul like that. That's going to send him to the line for 2 free throws.
Willie Williams on the foul call. Lane Teets will head to the line. Third personal against Williams. So a chance for the visitors from Madison, South Dakota to add points on the board.
Yeah, you already got a 4-point lead here. Chance to really, really extend this.
Teets, an 85% free throw shooter on the season.
Wow.
And off the mark there. Again, 4 new bodies on the floor. Excuse me, 3 new bodies on the floor.
Aaron Teague wants to have a conversation over on the sideline with Lucas Morgan, asking what he's seeing inside.
Second free throw is good. The lead is 5, so still a 2-possession game. A minute 45 and counting.
This feels like this has got to be a Christian Carter possession. I mean, he's had a little bit of a quiet night. You got to get him involved in this offense. He's one of your vocal leaders out there.
Raphael Allen back atop. Dakota State wanting a travel call. Doesn't come to be. Vincent to Raphael once again, working off the screen. Driving inside against Payne. The shot will go down. Raphael Allen with the basket. No points yet tonight. Until then, a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Go ahead and give Gravity a spot on the stat sheet tonight and give it an assist, because that is exactly why that shot fell through. Great job by Raphael Allen there to get that one up and finally find its way through the nylon.
Only his second shot of the night, the first one that went in. And now a chance for a free throw here to bring the Bruins to within 2. Raphael, the senior out of Gary, Indiana. He'll be one of the guys honored next Saturday on senior night. Money.
That's what happens when you see one go through, right? It's really easy for the next one. He's kind of got that problem off his back tonight, and maybe we'll see him kind of take over this last minute and a half here. It's got to be somebody.
2-point ball game with a minute 27 to go. Let's get to our final text messages here of the night. Go Lucas Morgan from Auntie Jess, watching from Australia. So we've got that Australian connection from down under, and one more here. Work hard, Bruins, and clapping emojis from Connor Moore's mom, listening in out on the other end of the state of Nebraska, out in Scotts Bluff.
I think we've got to ask the question, Mick, that I don't know anybody else is asking. Is Sweet Caroline the worst song in sports?
I blame it on the Boston Red Sox,
I do
those
too.
knuckleheads. So.
I blame a lot of things on the Boston Red Sox, and they deserve every single one of them.
I'm a lifetime Yankees fan, so that's where my dislike for the Boston comes from. So,
this is a Ray Quinn special.
Go ahead.
You know what? No, thanks. I'd rather not. I think I'd rather listen to the Dixie Chicks for an hour.
Oh, my goodness.
Minute 27 to go, 2-point ball game. Both teams returning out to the court.
Every possession precious from here down the end.
Trojans going to be in possession here.
And again, hello to all of our friends in Australia, where it's Saturday afternoon.
And if you're listening, Boston, we probably don't like you. A little bit of a man set here for Bellevue. I thought they were going to drop into a zone look. They did for a second.
Emar Vincent on the defense. Thwarts the attempt by Lucas Morgan. It's off the mark. The Bruins can tie it or take the lead on this possession. Lucas Gabriel across the way, directing traffic. Entry to Nigel Wilson off the assist from Christian Carter. That was set up with the screen across the way on the backside.
And the backboard is still rattling. Nigel absolutely tomahawked that home to tie this game up.
Nigel, his third basket of the night. 6 points to go along with 6 rebounds. Timeout called by Dakota State head coach Darren Ty. 58 seconds to go, under a minute. Anybody's ball game at this point. The Bruins won the first 2 matchups. Dakota State trying to salvage at least one of this trifecta.
Nigel Wilson, 3 of 6 from the 3 of 7, from the field tonight. 2 of them have been dunks, just like that one, where he kind of slips behind the coverage undetected and hammers it home. And you're kind of able to do that if Emar Vincent or R.J. Smith are out there with him. I mean, he's playing more of a stretch forward position. He's playing a little bit around the perimeter. We've seen him last time he was in this gym take a bunch of three-point shots, which is uncharacteristically for him. Put that on film, and you can let stuff like that happen.
Nicely executed play there by the Bruins. You could tell it was set up the entire way with that back screen. Opened up Nigel on the play. Emar Vincent with 14 points. R.J. Smith with 17 points.
Only Bruins in double digits right now. Caleb Chang flirting with it with 9, but he's on the bench. Same 5 come out for Bellevue. Looks like the same 5. No, it looks like Calvin Payne going to come back in for Dakota State here.
Braden Pinkerton with 12 points, the only double-digit score for Dakota State. Here we go with the final 1 minute of play in regulation. Lane Teets with the basketball now to Tane Mitchell.
Mitchell guarded by Wilson. Wilson's going to have to fade back down to the paint here.
Let's see if they can take advantage. Dillenbeck thought about the 3. Now he'll try to work down to the post against Emar. Left-handed shot up and in. A tough move by Colby Dillenbeck, but he makes it work.
Yeah, 4 seconds separates shot and game clock here. We're going to see how deep Lucas Gabriel wants to get into this shot clock here. I mean, you got to obviously leave a little bit of wiggle room in case you miss.
Bruins down by 2. Working inside, Emar Vincent against Colby Dillenbeck. The shot up and in. And the foul.
Tane Mitchell has the same question I have. How? How did that one find its way through? What an absolute dime by Emar Vincent to find that one through the net. Now you need to make this shot here.
He just muscled that one up off his hand, and a chance for the Bruins to take a lead with 21 seconds left.
Yeah, that was pure Omaha North Viking power finding its way through the hoop.
Jim goes quiet, shot goes up, shot goes off the mark, tracked down by Braden Pinkerton.
And wow, Willie Williamson just got shoved out of the paint. And then a timeout awarded to the Trojans.
That allowed Darren Ty and his staff to set up a play for the Trojans. 62-62 with 15.3 seconds remaining.
Now the same question goes to the Trojans. What do you run here? I mean, 15.3 left on the clock. Are you looking at maybe 6 seconds is when you take the shot? Is that too many? I mean, the other problem, listen, I know he's had a quiet night tonight. TJ Fritz is 0 of 5 from the field. We've seen him hit a shot with this much time left in a game to win one or send it into overtime twice this season. So we'll see. I mean, I think you've got to take it under 6 for that reason.
I think you set up the play if you're Dakota State to Braden Pinkerton. I mean, he's the guy that's the player of the week in the conference. He's the leading scorer right now with 12 points in this game. He's amongst the leading scorers
in a very
for his
quiet
team
12,
on the
right?
season.
A very quiet 12. I mean, he's done a really good job of trying to get to the rim and making the Bruins account for him, not only beyond the arc but at the paint. And he's done a really good job. So we'll see where it goes, but it kind of feels like they want to go back inside here.
Yeah, Colby Dillenbeck is your plan B in the middle, so he's had a pretty good game for the limited number of minutes. He's only been on the floor for 9
Jensen,
points.
Who comes in? Yeah, so Jensen's going to stay out. Dillenbeck comes back in. 15.3 on the game clock, 62-62. Both teams in the double bonus.
Bruins have some pretty good length defenders on the floor. Raphael Allen guarding Lane Teets right now. Here's Nigel Wilson on defense against Tane Mitchell. Mitchell, head fake up and under, off the glass and in with 1.2 seconds. Timeout called by the Bruins. Tane Mitchell with the big basket underneath. Working around and under for the basket.
Nigel dropped his head when he walked up. I mean, he knew he got beat on the spin move, and he actually fouled the shooter and got away with the touch. But
now looking across the way, Lucas Gabriel, Nate Geiser, Aaron Havis, and Vinny Belcaster are trying to come up with what the Bruins can do. 1.2 seconds. They have to go the length of the court. It's not like the women's game where you could move it up to the half court. They've got to go the full length of the court.
And there's no world in which the Trojans are going to let you roll this on the ground up to midcourt either. There's going to be a ton of pressure on the back, and you get a chance at a heave here. I mean, and I was just about to say, does TJ Fritz get the look? I mean, one of two things needs to happen. You got to get to Christian Carter at about the 25-yard line, or you got to try to get TJ Fritz somewhere around the Jerry Mosser court logo. And how fitting would it be to get a parking lot 3 from TJ Fritz on Jerry Mosser's signature to send this building out?
The Bruins trying to get something to at least half court if they can to get a respectable shot. So a long pass is probably the only way that's going to do it. A pass, catch, and shoot. You can do that in 1.2 seconds, but you can't waste any time at all.
I mean, listen, it's 1.2 seconds. It's a half-court heave. You still feel pretty good about number 2 taking at least a shot here, right?
And the Trojans are going to put their tallest player, Aiden Jensen, fronting the inbounds pass. Willie Williams will be able to run up and down the baseline if he can to try to get around Jensen, but here we go. Bruins with a couple players at half court, couple beyond. Nigel Wilson, and not enough time. Fritz's shot is off the mark anyway, but it was well past the buzzer. And the Dakota State Trojans win the third matchup of the season between these two teams by a score of 64-62. Tane Mitchell's basket with under 2 seconds remaining, the deciding bucket on the evening. With the victory, the Dakota State Trojans move to 11-12 on the season, 4-7 in the North Star. With the loss, the Bellevue Bruins drop to an even 500, 12-12, and 4-7 in the North Star. So both Bellevue's men and women's team dropped to 4-7 in conference play.
And nobody wants to hear this. Bellevue's lost 4 in a row, and obviously this is a tough one to swallow to lose. But this is a one-bid league, and if you can get to the North Star Athletic Association tournament and punch your ticket there, that's eventually all that matters. Now, you got to find a way to stack some games here and feel a lot better about yourself heading into March. But unfortunately, dropping 4 games straight is a really tough look right now.
For the Bellevue Bruins, we've mentioned it several times tonight, one final weekend. It won't be here at the Lozier Center on the Coach Jerry Mosser court. It'll be at the new facility, the Bellevue Fieldhouse on top of the hill on the west side of campus. That'll be next Friday against Valley City State. The women's tip-off is at 5:30, the men at 7:30. Free admission on both Friday and then Saturday against Mayville State, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock tip-off times for those. Bruins actually outshot the Trojans 47-44.
That's what I was just about to point out, too. I mean, when you look back at the stat sheet, Bellevue's going to wonder how they lost this game. And their bigs played really well inside, right? I mean, R.J. Smith had an absolutely fantastic game. Emar Vincent played his tail off, and it's incredible that this game is as close as it was when you look at the shooters around, the struggles that they had tonight. You got to feel good about that if you're Lucas Gabriel. I mean, those shots are eventually, you're not going to hold TJ Fritz to 0-4 on most nights.
We're going to have some special guests that are going to join us here on the post game. No?
They're here to talk to me. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Even though it's your birthday, they're here to talk to me. I'll let you wrap up the show, Mick. It was great calling the game with you tonight, my friend. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jimmy, for your insights.
Happy birthday, Mick.
There we go. Thank you. Happy birthday to everybody who's celebrating on February 9th. For the winning Dakota State Trojans, Teets with 5, Penkinen with 12, Beckwith with 4, Mitchell with 9, Jensen with 5, Payne with 3, Sumption with 4, Borman with 9, Dylan Beck with 8, Morgan with 2, and Segner with 3. Those are the points scored individually for the Dakota State Trojans tonight. For the Bellevue Bruins, Willie Williams had 2, Caleb Chang had 9, Nigel Wilson with 6, Raphael Allen with 3, R.J. Smith with 17. That led the team. T.J. Fritz, nothing. Christian Carter had 9, Liam Thompson, Matt Mathuk, J.J. Montgomery, 0 points for them, and Emar Vincent with 16. So the Bruins' points came from in the paint, but the Bruins didn't quite get enough to come away with the victory and end their 3-game, now 4-game losing streak. Thanks once again to everybody for joining us tonight on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Thanks again to Chloe for her work behind the scenes. And we will see you next week, either live and in person at the new Bellevue University Fieldhouse or right back here on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Mick Kropski signing off for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you next